Yeah, but I think we're going to come to the line with a relatively big group today. Just a headwind, a descent. It's just, you know, those front riders are leaving a big hole in the air because of the speed they're going down the hill at, and the headwind. There's a big hole for the group behind to ride into, so it's just that much easier to get back onto the wheel, and as we can see, that's what's happening.
Yeah, but as long as they don't fully commit to it, we have to continue with another rider here from the SWAT club. I think it's another attack by Mathias Malmberg, who's been so awfully active. And if I were a sports manager, I would, well, maybe request some power files of this man.
Oh, I think so.
He's been riding well.
If you're in the market for someone who attacks every 25 seconds for 30 kilometres of the stretch, he's your guy. He's been brilliant this week. He's been top value.
Well, we've got just over 4 kilometres to go in this stage 4 of the Tour of Denmark from Rudkobing, to Faaborg. I'm just completely mispronouncing that one. I'm sorry for all the Danes. 172 kilometres today, 1,300 metres of climbing, and we do them mostly on the local circuit. After 75 kilometres of continuous attacks, we ended up with a breakaway of 7. And of that breakaway, 5 riders still remain here with Christian Jensen, Storm Ingebrigtsen, Sebastian Grignard, Tommaso Bessega and Axel Källberg. Those are the 5 riders, and the peloton now split into 2 groups. In the first group, we have our race leader Wout van Aert, runner-up Lucas Kubis, and also Christophe Laporte is there. Laporte in a green jersey, Wout van Aert in a blue, and Henrik Pedersen, also an interesting rider to look at, is in the white jersey. And of course, the same for the Slovakian champion, Lucas Kubis. 3.3 kilometers to go, 10 seconds, and look at the pace. This is a group of about 30-ish riders. If we look at this formation, Michael, it looks like it's another shot for Wout van Aert. It
looks like it's Wout van Aert with, surprise, surprise, Lucas Kubis glued to his back wheel.
Kubis was the runner-up in all 3 stages won by Wout van Aert. And this is something that Storm Ingebrigtsen can actually do well. He's done it in the past. A final effort all by himself, getting as aero as he possibly can within the UCI regulations. 2.5 kilometers to go. There's still a little bit of daylight between that group with Wout van Aert and this group here. It's still possible.
10 seconds, 2.4 kilometers. I have seen plenty of races won by a solo attack from here, you say.
Exactly, and he's got the power, this man.
Road. Yeah, he's got the power, and he's got the right kind of road to try this on.
He won that stage in the Tour of Norway last year. That was absolutely formidable, and he did it with a 2.6 kilometer solo, is what Pro Cycling Stats tells us. The exact same distance that he attacked now, and he finished 3 seconds in front of a chasing peloton with Matthew Brannan as the runner-up. So it is something that Storm Ingebrigtsen has done before, and that was in the Tour of Norway last year. He knows he can do it, and for now the gap is stabilising around that 10-12 second mark for this 21-year-old from Norway.
This is a great chance for him, and he's got a really simple job now. He just needs to do the best 1.6 kilometres from this point that he can. He's still hanging on to 12 seconds. That group's not getting any closer. The group behind is not getting, as far as I can see, any closer to him. So he has a chance. 12 seconds, 1.4 kilometres.
This is the Jonas Abrahamsen way of actually winning a race. I remember a Brussels cycling classic that we had where Jonas Abrahamsen managed to keep a peloton at bay for 15 odd kilometers with a gap of just 10 seconds. He is already there underneath the Flamme Rouge. Well, it's not actually an arch, past the Flamme Rouge, and the gap, according to the GPS, for Storm Ingebrigtsen is still going up at this point. A man who joined this team in August of 2025 after that fantastic win in the Tour of Norway. The 4 chasers, the remnants of the original breakaway with Christian Jensen, Grignard, Källberg and Bessega, and the peloton a little bit further back. This looks a very, very promising move. He chose the exact same moment he went last year in the Tour of Norway, about 2.5 kilometers out from the line. He's inside the Finnish cameras at the moment. The man from Fredrikstad in Norway, just 21 years young, and it's going to be a fantastic second professional win for him, doing an exact copy of what he did last year in the Tour of Norway. 200 metres left to go for Storm Ingebrigtsen. He was part of a breakaway of 7. He chose the right moment to attack, and then all the power that he had left in the legs, doing a solo and winning the 4th stage here in the Tour of Denmark for UnoX Mobility. What a move and a fantastic win for Storm Ingebrigtsen. And then that sprint from the breakaway, who still managed to hold on for the 2nd place. And 2nd place seems to go to Tommaso Bessega with Källberg, Grignard and Juul Jensen. And then the peloton with Toon Aerts up there, possibly for 6th. But in the end, the break held on.
Yeah, Jose, the break held on. Brilliant